Hey everyone, it's Austin Solomon, the Solomon Group at Coldwell Banker. Welcome to this week's episode of the Real Wausau Real Estate Show. Today I was just brainstorming a few things about the mental aspects of the real estate space and how, like, as a buyer and a seller, you can balance this in this current market, right? So the market the way it is right now, and as a buyer, you probably know it best. It's very competitive because there's so few homes that are out in the marketplace. And it's very discouraging as a buyer because there's not that many options to pick from, and you almost know that you're going to be up against competition, right? And so it's just kind of interesting to see some of the patterns and things play out in this marketplace. So the other day, our company had it was a different real estate agent. They had 21 offers on a specific house, and I was one of those offers. We didn't get it, but it was really interesting to see like how it panned out and to like observe how I mentally kind of interacted with this whole scenario. And it was really interesting. The property came on the market on a Friday and they were reviewing offers on Monday, and like Sunday afternoon they had 5 offers in, and then all of a sudden on Monday there ended up being 21 offers in. And it was really interesting to see that, because what that shows me is, because there was a lot of showings on Friday, a lot of showings on Saturday, right, on Sunday, but there wasn't that many offers that came in. So the mentality was for those buyers was, hey, they believed like, hey, we have a shot at getting this, right? And that's why they put their offer in. So a lot of those people, they're like, yeah, we have a shot, right? We have a shot. And that's why they put an offer in. But if there was like 10, 12 offers already placed on Sunday, or earlier on in that listing, a lot of buyers would have just dropped off and been like, do I even really want to get involved? Like 12 offers or 15 offers. Do I really even want to get involved in that? Right? So as a seller, so there's a couple things, right? It's all a mental game. As a buyer, you have to understand that you're naturally going to be kind of a little bit turned off if you don't believe that you're going to get a property, right? Which is okay, right? That's just, it's a natural thing, right? If you don't think that you're going to have a chance at a property, like, why get your hopes up, right? That's okay. But you also have to counter that with a little bit of like, okay, I have to believe that I can get a property, right? If I just keep working at it, right? Do the right things, make good offers, listen to the agent. Obviously, there are people that are buying houses. I can do this, right? If you kind of get into this defeated attitude of like, I just don't think we're going to be able to get a house, that's how it's going to be. But if you believe like, hey, amidst all this competition, I know that we can get a house, right? And I'm going to do our best to do that. And being smart too, obviously, like it's not just about getting a house. It's about getting one that meets your needs for a good price, right? Marketable price. But you have to really believe and understand that, naturally you're going to have a propensity to shy away from a home that you don't think you're going to have a shot at, right? Maybe gravitate towards, one that you think that you do have a shot at, right? So as a seller, you have to understand that too, and selling agents would be wise to understand that as well, that sometimes, right, a bidding war or trying to facilitate a bidding war is a turnoff to a buyer, right? And not that it's not a necessary thing, like it's just a natural part of the way the market is right now. But as a seller, you want to say 2 things to a buyer. And the 2 things would be, hey, we do have a unique offering here. My house is nice. It's going to sell, right? We have a nice offering here. We believe that we're going to have lots of interest in on our sale. But it's also a balance of that and like, hey, buyer, you have a chance at getting it, right? Those are the 2 things you have to balance. And I think sometimes agents will push too much on like, hey, this is going to be such a great house. Like, this is going to be so many offers in. But they're actually like kind of pushing a lot of buyers away. They're pushing a lot of agents away because you're sowing in seeds of like, hey, you really don't have a chance. So don't spend too much time on this, right? We have so much interest on this property. And that's kind of sowing a little bit of, you're not going to get a chance at this, right? So a listing agent would be wise to kind of balance that, right? You want to encourage buyers to come in and to put an offer in, right? You don't want to discourage them, right? By saying, hey, there's going to be so many offers in that you're probably not going to have a shot, right? So this is just some of the mental sides of the aspect. I don't know exactly where I'm going with this, but it's just really interesting to see that. It's also interesting to see how the market can be discouraging to agents too, right? And how much that affects how much what buyers get into what houses, right? Because the mentality is right now there's so few homes on the market, right? Agents are having a hard time, like, man, is it even worth showing these homes and going up against so many offers, right? You got to counter that and really believe hey, yes, I have what it takes, right? My party has what it takes to put a winning bid in, and so you kind of have to understand some of the mental sides of this game and really be vigilant when you're as an agent and as a seller and a buyer.